Psalm 35, which says, "Weeping may endure for a night, but joy cometh in the morning." So that's kind of a heavy topic to talk about. Something that has definitely been true in our lives, right?
Yeah, I'd say so.
We were having a conversation last night, and I was like, do you realize that it's already October? Which means that the year is ending in just 3 months, and we had so many hopes and plans and dreams for this year that we just feel like have completely gone by the wayside because life. Dan's been in the hospital. For those that have been following us, Dan, starting at the end of February, has just been in and out of the hospital and dealing with infections and recovering from surgeries and all the things. And it's just really it's been really frustrating for us to realize that it's October and all of the visions and plans that we had for our business and our social media and everything have just been kind of put by the wayside. So
Yeah, as a lot of people know, it's kind of been a flatted time for being able to get on and do a lot of one-on-one stuff or a lot of videos, but kind of been distant.
yeah, so what we wanted to talk about is that grief and hope can live in the same heart. Don't rush one past the other. So, given all the things that have been happening in the world today, for those of you that don't know, we're members of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. So what happened in Michigan last Sunday was really close to home for us and just heart-wrenching, and obviously all the other things that have been going on in our world that are frustrating and hard. And then it was also the 2-year anniversary of for those who've been around for a while, when my nephew passed away from a drug overdose 2 years ago. And like, I was talking to a friend that was just saying, it just feels so heavy. Like, life just feels so heavy. But I think if we're keeping in communication with God, if we're praying, if we're keeping ourselves in the scriptures, you can have hope at the same time that you're grieving or that you're feeling heavy or that you're feeling frustrated or whatever. So, yeah, we just wanted to kind of have a discussion about that today without sounding too down.
Right. Yeah, been
We're
kind of
tired
crazy,
too. We didn't get much sleep last night.
but
Um, yeah.
this is a crazy time. Just still have a lot to do to even get ready for the end of the year. So I'm still in January mode, I think.
Like last January.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's frustrating. It's been really hard, guys. Dan's Dan's used to just being able to fight through the paralysis, right? Like he's got to deal with every day that he's paralyzed, and it's something obviously that's hard for our family, but that's something that we've learned to work through, that Dan's learned to power through, to punch today in the face and to get through. But this whole year has been not just dealing with the paralysis, but then dealing on top of that with all of the other ways that his body has been failing him, which has just added a whole nother level of things and frustrations, and I think God's trying to teach us that we need to rest and take breaks, and that's not easy. Oh man.
Yeah, something like that. So,
Even this morning, Dan's dealing with wounds on his feet still. This is something that just the day-to-day ins and outs of life is just something that most people don't think about. But like Dan's been out of bed since 7:30 or something, before then, since 7 o'clock or something. And just barely getting dressed or getting, like when I called him on the way home from taking our son to a doctor's appointment, it's like, what are you doing? And he's dressing the wounds on his feet. It's like such a pain in the butt. And he's like out of supplies and hasn't been able to make an appointment with the wound clinic. And his toes are not looking that good. So it's something that's super frustrating. And like, it's just, sometimes it just can all be so daunting, right?
Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely
But I
a
think
little bit of a pain.
we have had a lot of weeping. There's been a lot of weeping across our country and across the world and in
Sorry.
our own personal lives and situations. But yeah, the scriptures tell us that weeping may endure for a night, but joy cometh in the morning. And I know 1,000,000% that we've felt that so many times in our lives. We've felt that, like, this is so hard. Like, how are we ever going to get through it? And I know there's been lots of nights where, like, literally at the night, I'm like, oh, I'm so thankful I can just go to sleep and hopefully wake up and tomorrow will be a little bit better, trying to get through hard things. But there's definitely, when you are a believer and when you're praying and when you're seeking the comfort of the spirit and the peace that can bring even in hard things.
Yeah. Yep. Definitely gotta reach out to that to feel like there's an answer to some of it, I guess. It seems like pointless sometimes, or like, what's the point? But it's, yeah, definitely, I don't know, like we see bits and pieces along the way that just remind you of that whole concept. So
Yeah.
there's always an opposite even to each thing, right? So when there's this, the
Opposition in
yeah,
all things.
so dealing with the frustrating things or whatever, just know that the flip side, there's gonna be a flip side to it, to where it's good and uh, things are normal again, or normal positive. So
I think it is important though to give yourself grace to, like, sit in grief sometimes, whether it's grieving your physical health or grieving the loss of a family member or grieving the loss of a job or like anything. I think it's important to allow yourself the grace to have to sit in that grief for a minute, and also you can have hope at the same time. Hope that it's going to get better. Hope that, like, the deep pit crappy part that you're going through isn't going to last forever and ever. Um, we probably shouldn't do that right in the middle of it, but
yeah, it's
I know that, what was I gonna say? Oh, for like months and months and months, I've been like so down and feeling so numb and just like going through the motions and trying to keep everything together for the family, for the kids and everything, but like inside just feeling like, you ever go through those times where you just feel like you're on the verge of tears like all the time? That's how I was feeling for months and months. And I was talking to a friend at church about it. Like every time someone was like, "How are you guys doing?" Like I'd be like, right this second, we're good." Like, Dan's not in the hospital. Today we're good, but maybe in 3 hours he's gonna be in the hospital. But um anyways, when I was talking to my friend, she said, "Have you been reading your scriptures every day?" And I was like, "Well, no, I haven't been in that habit for quite some time now." And she's like, "Just read your scriptures every day. Like, it's so important. Like, that helps so much." And I'm like, I know, I don't understand why it's so hard. Like, getting into the Bible or the Book of Mormon or whatever scripture you read, like, it does not take that much time. But for some reason, and I think we all know why, like the adversary is like very convincing, makes it feel like it's some huge daunting task, even though it's like literally just reading for 4 or 5 minutes can help so much. But so that was probably 3 or 4 weeks ago, and I started reading my scriptures every day before I got out of bed. And I'm not kidding, like the burden that it's relieved from me, just like the lightness that I feel, the hope that I feel that things are going to get better, and not even necessarily that they're going to get better quick. Like Dan still has a shoulder surgery that he's looking at, and his spine is disconnected from his pelvis, and that's something we're going to be meeting with the neurosurgeon for. And obviously we're still worried nonstop that this infection is not going to stay at bay and whatever, but so
Hopefully it does. Like, we've had a nice long break, but yeah.
yeah, none of that has really changed, but what has changed is like the way that I'm viewing life, or the way that I'm feeling like it's not quite so heavy because God is here with us like every step of the way, and just knowing that and solidifying that through being in the scriptures has helped a ton.
Yeah, definitely.
You're
Like,
so fidgety. Dan is like the ADHD person of the century over here. Gotta get this out. Gotta get this out.
yeah. Didn't have good time to prep for anything. Couldn't find all my regular stuff, and everything's just in a rush. But just wanted to make sure we got things underway.
Yeah, we're gonna try and be more consistent and get more involved with our community on here so we can talk to you guys more. We're gonna address all the comments towards the end of the video, and I'm gonna have to run and pick up Marley here in about 10 minutes, but we'll go through some of your comments here in a minute. But what are your thoughts on all of this, on being able to grieve but also feel hope and joy, and like it doesn't have to be one or the other. I think so often it's like especially if you're grieving something really hard, like the loss of, like when my nephew passed away, it's like I remember talking to my sister and then also myself feeling like how can I smile and be happy and whatever at the same time that I'm grieving, or like how can we show joy and have joy and experience good things at the same time that we're also extremely frustrated about your health and whatever. Like, I don't know, what are your thoughts about it?
Yeah, it's I think they both end up being in the same place for sure. Because I mean, I think that's the healthy way to have it. If you're staying just down and in it the whole time and just down and bummed and sad, then it's gonna be like you're just really not addressing anything. You're staying so depressed and defeated that there's no peace in it, maybe. But when you allow yourself to experience just the joy too along the way, then like, I don't know, be able to enjoy the happy moments, and in spite of everything else going on, like, it's just natural. But I think sometimes I've seen where people try to push everything else out because I'm supposed to be sad right now, or I'm supposed to be frustrated right now, or I'm really happy right now, so I can't be sad, like one or the other. It's just, I don't know. I think it is healthy to be able to do both. I know in the community, in the world right now, there's a lot of people addressing that same thought in a lot of different larger venues, and like, how can so and so be happy with this, or how can they be like smiling, or they've just lost a child, or they just lost a spouse, or all sorts of stuff. But yeah, it's easy to get beat in those moments and stay down and feel like you're not supposed to, or not entitled to, or shouldn't have the joy. And the joy is the balance in that that's gonna help mentally and physically get back on track. And I think it's really important to let those moments in, and like when
I,
you're in it, just experience it. Whether it's, I think that there's a lot, especially with men, where you don't feel like you can be sad or down or like show that at all. And I think that's like a strength to be learned, or to be able to um, experience those hard times and those sad feelings and not have it be a weakness or whatever. I think a lot of people probably feel that way, men and women, but it's not a weakness to be in those sad times. And it can really help you appreciate and love and enjoy the other times, I guess, more so. But I don't know.
how do you like? I know. I don't know. It's probably been like a month and a half now since like all of the like we already had this infection and hospitalizations and everything like compounding and just stressing the crap out of us like, and then Dan found out that he had the issue that he needed surgery for, and then his shoulder issue, and then he found out his spine was disconnected from his pelvis, and like it just kept one thing after the other, and it just felt so heavy. Like, oh my gosh, like each one of these things has like at least a 6 week recovery period, if not more. And so we're looking at like we've already feel like we've lost this entire year so far, 9 months, to health issues. And then it's like looking forward in the future, like how much more time are we going to lose because we have more surgeries and more whatever, and is it even going to fix it? And like everything is just feeling so freaking heavy. And like how do you like look forward through that? How do we look forward through that with like hope and positivity and everything like that? And I think it's important just to keep the perspective that Psalm 30 verse 5 says, and just weeping may endure for a night, but joy comes in the morning. And sometimes that night is a year, sometimes that night is 5 years, but joy does come in the morning, and joy will come. And also scattered throughout the hard things, there's also a lot of joy. And I think for me, that's how we started to kind of dig ourselves out of the, oh, this sucks, we're poor us, whatever, is like seeing that we have so many things to be thankful for, and trying to shift perspectives. And like, okay, we haven't lost this time. Like actually the time that you've been in the hospital, or the time that you've had to rest and have your feet up and everything, has been like we've had a lot of quality time together as a family. It's allowed us to reflect on a lot of things and like reevaluate what's important, and really be thankful for the time that we had, that before all these issues have, and like look forward to being thankful for when these issues are resolved. And
I think the last time things were rough for a while was back when I was trying to work on that bedroom for the girls. It was a while ago, and it was like started out like crazy, went right after it, got things happening, and then it was like turned into a nightmare for all sorts of surgery stuff too at that point. And it was really defeating and frustrating, and
yeah,
like the room was right there, I should be able to work on it, but
yeah, that
wouldn't be
was,
able to. And then yeah, so like it was just a real big battle, but finally towards the end of it, I was able to get done and reap the rewards from that, and the patience and things all paid off. And like there was definitely a lot of joy for the kids, for the family, for the community, for everything. Like,
Yeah.
it's all just
I mean, there's a like we have so much to be thankful for. We have so many blessings. We're like we have a home, we have each other, we have 6 amazing kids who are all healthy. We have like so many things, so many things to be thankful for. But yeah. I think everyone can there's something that I don't remember where I originally heard it, but we talk about it quite frequently when we get in like these moments where we feel like there's so many things, but um that if everybody stood in a circle and everyone like threw all of their problems into the middle of the circle, and then it's like ready set go, everyone go grab what problems you want, like you would be like super quick to get yours back, because like I genuinely feel like the problems that we have are things that God has given us the tools that we need to be able to work through them, and to be able to know that we need to rely on him and he'll give us the strength to get through them. But like I look at so many other people and the trials that they're dealing with, and I'm like, no, like we can get through what we're getting through, but I'm thankful I don't have to do that. And I think they would be thinking the same thing, probably looking at someone else, and it
yeah.
so there's just so much to be thankful for. But um I'm gonna go pick up our 4-year-old from preschool. So do you want to check out the comments that people
Yeah,
have and
I'll
chat
chat and hang out.
chat
It's
it
kind
up
of
for a minute?
a new way we're trying to set this up. So
Yeah.
chat with everybody now and kind of discuss what we want to do at first, and then yeah, I'll read through here and let's chat for a little bit. Let me get up in these comments. I know
All
I saw
right.
Parth, you had a new baby, so that's cool.
What?
Have to read
Congrats.
that and get into that, and then April's said a lot of amazing things in here. But we'll jump in here and chat for a second and see what's going on. Pardon the mess over here. It is been crazy. Let's see, guys. Let's see where the comments go. Let's see. All right, I'm gonna zoom up here to the front of these. So, Mr. Parth, there we go. Um, Destiny, hello, Parth, I'm back. Excuse me. I'm gonna put this mic on here and tell me if it's any better. Let's see if I can get it to go in there. Don't mind me for a second. All right, that's in there. Actually, I'll just put it up here. Tell me if that sounds any better, and then I should put the black one on so you don't see it, but we'll just know we're testing that out. So, does it sound any better? Guys, let me know. Back to the comments though. Parth, man. Let's see, I'm back to your live after so many months. You're back or I'm back? Jeez, it's been way too many months. So we are here. Pregadano. I wish I could understand what you're saying. April, life does keep firing. And yeah, I know everybody's got their battles for sure. That's right. I think that's one thing we can all come together on. So tell me about your kid, Parth. What's going on here? It's awesome. And let's see. Let's see, what is that? Hold on. Excuse me. So, get through these. Life keeps on lifting, and you're not alone in this. You're really encouraging to me and speak to my heart with this. So, thanks, April. And yeah, Parth, I gotta get our I gotta get our merch popping here again. We had a company we were working with, and there was some issues on that. We need to get our merch back on track though. So, and April, we're over here on what coast are we? Jeez, in Utah. So you call that East Coast, West Coast, West Coast? I don't know. We're the in the middle. Oh, that's really annoying. I bet. Parth never backed down. Dan, you inspired me when I was when I was in police college, and because of you, I became a police officer. Sweet, Parth, man, I love hearing that. You know, I was in law enforcement, right, for like 13 years. My daughter is testing for stuff right now, and she's got an interview coming up, which is really cool. She passed her physical and passed the written test, and it's just cool to see her following that path. But like, I'm not saying anything. In fact, she's just doing it on her own. I don't think it's because of me at all. But April, thank you for using your situation to glorify Jesus, overcoming the world by the blood of the Lamb and the word of our testimony. Thanks, April. Appreciate it. And Canola Queen, I adore you guys. So happy I caught you live. You're both such genuine people, and it's hard to find. Yeah, it can be, right? It is crazy, especially in the social media world, even. It's like nuts. I feel like we're pretty normal for the most part. Ruthann, God, these comments need to stay on the screen, quit disappearing. I hope you can be helped with your faith. Um, have faith in your spirit, strength too, and we are stronger than you think we are. Be calm and carry on is my motto. Very sure. Yeah, I like that, Ruth Ann. I appreciate it. Um, let's see. If the devil can take you out, he's going to try. You're absolutely right. I think the more that you're trying to offer positivity, also, you're just become more of a target for that. Um, Obviously, the adversary wants that kind of an influence gone and knocked out. Why is it that people think that preaching will help amputees? I'm not sure. I'm not sure what you mean with that. Old fat cripply. Nice. Let's see. Today's one day closer to walking again, sir. Praise our Lord and in advance for your complete healing and restoration with your feeling and movement. Yeah, thank you. Misty used to be a quadriplegic. That's crazy. I had a friend in law enforcement that was, excuse me, a quadriplegic, and now he's up walking around and doing everything. It's crazy. It's so crazy. I think people with quadriplegic type injuries, like up in the upper spine, seem to have the better odds sometimes at recovering completely. It's really weird. So, anyways, let's see. Good point, April. Yeah, list the victories and stay on that. I've been following you for years in Venezuela. I've had wow, that is a big word. And your way of facing difficulties has always been an inspiration to me. Well, thanks, Dave. Man, good luck on. Look this up. I'm gonna screenshot that and figure out what you're dealing with, and unless you're still here and want to explain it anymore, check that out. But man, I appreciate you being here, and I appreciate your support for sure. And let's see, Misty also, God didn't create anyone to be old, fat, or crippled and ugly. Yeah, well, that's right, Missy. You should definitely not give into that kind of self-degrading whatever. But best thing we can do is try and be positive. But anyways, you guys, hope you enjoyed being here for a minute. We're gonna keep it short and get out of here. And I'd love to chat with any of you anymore. Make sure you continue to comment. People that are just coming up on this, feel free to ask questions, give suggestions on any upcoming lives that you'd like to see, any things that you'd like to hear, topics or any questions you have that you're curious about, maybe how they pertain to us, and you would like to see a little more of an insight on whatever that thought is. Let us know in the comments. And if you're coming across this and you, let's see, April, how often are you on lives? If you come across this, anyways, ask, let us know what questions you have. We are going to start doing this at least Monday through Friday, and we're planning on coming on around 9, I think is what we finally decided. 9 to 10. What time is it now? Let's see where we're at. I know today was a little bit off, but we want to just do like a regular um, where's the clock? Oh, 10. All right. Miss Mama, wheelchair dad said 10. So 9 to 10, or it's 10 o'clock right now. Yeah. So, anyways, 9 to 10, I think is what we've talked about. And we just go on and discuss a topic that we feel is um, on point. And yeah, that is going to be Mountain Standard, Mountain Time. So set your clocks and start to be regular. If you know anybody else that you've chatted with that knows our channel, make sure you guys pass the word that we're going to be doing this on a much more regular basis. So hopefully, well, now just we're going to push it. The first week or two might be off while we push out things on our schedules that have already been there and put in there, and try to make things work the best we can to bring a normal time into that. So let's plan on that. 9 to 10. Bring your faces and your questions and comments, and let us know what else is up. Thanks for you guys' support. Thanks for being here. If you're not already checked in and subscribed, please do it. Subscribe if you know anybody else that could benefit from any of our videos that you've seen or viewed, or any of the content that you've enjoyed or feel like you benefited from in any way. Um, yeah, share that. Like let's get that out here and help some other people out. And yeah, we just want this to be a regular thing. So let's build our community, um, rally around each other, and let's make it what we want it to be. Let us know what it needs to be. So bring your comments, bring your support, bring your faces every day. I'm gonna let you guys go. Hope to see you tomorrow. Much love. Remember to punch a day in the face. Don't take today just laying down. Get up, get it done, and yeah, remember God's on your side, and you're good. Um, give yourself the benefit of the doubt, and you're good. You're needed. You're a good person. You're a good source for people. You're a good support. You're needed. You're a big ingredient in this big recipe of life. So uh, yeah, share what's pounding to get out while you're watching or talking or in your daily life. And I'm gonna let you go on that. Anyways, much love, and we'll see you tomorrow.